Hello everyone, it's Preacher Man Sports. Welcome back to another video. And the Oklahoma City Thunder are your 2025 NBA champions. I knew the Thunder were gonna beat the fucking Pacers. They beat, they should have won this in 5 if they didn't get bozed up by Tyrese Halliburton in game 1 and choked. They blew them out game 2. Game 3, the Pacers, I'll give you that. The Pacers deserve that. Game 4, the Pacers choked. Game 5, they got their ass kicked. Game 6, the Pacers killed them. And then game 7, Halliburton. Speaking of Halliburton, prayers for Halliburton because that's just so bad. He slipped and his fucking his calf came out, and and his Achilles. Sad to see because he was doing good. He shot 3 threes. He had, I think, 9 points in just 7 minutes. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I think we were robbed of a Game 7 classic. It was still it wasn't that bad of a game. The Pacers, they were down by as much as 22. They clawed their way back, and it made it interesting for the Thunder. But in the end, the Thunder ended up winning. I knew the Thunder were gonna win. I knew. I'm being a wet blanket because, people were like, oh, why are you glazing the Thunder? The Thunder are the best team, all right? It was too obvious. It made too much sense. Like, like the East sucks, all right? The East sucks. The West is way tougher. Like, a team like the goddamn, I'm trying to think. Who's a mid-low tier? Like if the Warriors, like the Warriors and Clippers were in the East, they'd be in the top 3. Like, because I know, like, for a fact, like, teams like Boston last year and Cleveland would have been better. But other than that, like, no. And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, but Halliburton got injured. I don't want to hear that excuse, okay? Where was all this when, the Pacers were up 2-1? When you think about it, they screwed the series up. Because game 4, they had that game won. And they blew it within the last 3 minutes. And that's their fault. And then they lose game 5. They get creamed in the ass in OKC. And then game 6, they return the favor. And then game 7, Halliburton, but with a sad injury. But that's not an excuse, though. Because McConnell literally was keeping them in the game. Siakam, where was he? He didn't do shit. Obi Toppin didn't do anything. Mather and their depth was doing good, but their starters weren't doing shit. Nembhard. Aaron Nesmith. Like, Carlisle, I don't know what he was thinking on that. But the Thunder, I'm glad they won. I'm happy for Sniper, if you're watching, and Crom. And, Isaiah Joe and Jalen Williams, Arkansas legends, obviously. And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, the Thunder are injured ring. I don't know how. They're going to say, oh, Morant was hurt. Bro, did you really think the Grizzlies were going to win that series? None of those games were close. Against the Nuggets were the only matchup for the Thunder, and the Nuggets got killed in that game 7. Like, you used to say, oh, but Aaron Gordon playing on a torn hamstring. Well, I'm sorry, but Aaron Gordon dropped almost 20 points in that same game. If anything, blame Murray and MPJ. Because I don't know what to tell you. The Timberwolves didn't have any injuries. They sucked. They just got killed. And then the Pacers, oh, Halliburton, okay. People will just downgrade you when you win a title. But to be honest, if the Pacers would have won, I still wouldn't have cared. I would have been happy for, guys like Siakam and Nembhard and such, and even Halliburton. But it is what it is. But at least, and people are gonna say, oh, but these finals suck. No, it didn't. It went to 7. Almost every game was close. Like, it was great. It was better than these past 2 season finals, that's for sure. Like, Nuggets and Heat, like, the Nuggets creamed them in 5. And then the Celtics and Mavs, where the Mavs shouldn't even have been there. Celtics killed them in 5. Like, no, I'm glad. I like to see a good series. But yeah, SGA won. He broke the MVP curse. He won since 2015 Steph Curry. And it was the first time in 25 years where he won regular season MVP and finals MVP. Crazy. But congrats to the Thunder. You guys deserve it. And, the Pacers, I don't know. Like, they'll be back. But Halliburton being hurt, with a torn Achilles is gonna hurt them. They proved last year it wasn't a fluke. It wasn't a fluke for the Pacers. They're just a really good playoff team. And Rick Carlisle is actually a good coach. He won a NBA Finals with the Mavs for a reason. But yeah, that's all I gotta say, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out. Go Warriors. Hopefully they can trade for a fucking center. Like, I hope we get like Markkanen or Mark Williams. I don't care. Get a center, man. Just get a center. But and once again, congrats to the Thunder, Pacer fans. All you gotta say is better luck next year and prayers for Halliburton. Like, that's just bad, man. You don't ever want to see that. All right, I'm out. Peace.